The opposition thought. Indian football, Yamna Manal Singh, and looks like there has been a bit of medical troubles altogether. Jersey number 22, Kamran Hamid of Jammu and Kashmir has gone down and he needs a bit of medical attention. You can see fans coming in the Deccan Arena, witnessing the game, enjoying it. I think it's a back at the neck, the neep that we call. He must have had a bit of a collision going in. Ideally, it goes without saying in football. It's a body contact game, so you would see this kind of challenges happening. Again, mostly unintentional. Ideally, just trying to figure out the right openings. And who doesn't love early morning football on Saturday, and that too, one of the most impeccable tournaments of the country. I think all these players, young and experienced, new in season, for them it's not just a tournament, it's a matter of pride. And we have seen all the players of the big clubs coming together for their respective states, representing them and going on to clinch the ultimate glory. And now Telangana trying to create a shooting lane from the right. And once again, exceptional defending out there from Jammu and Kashmir. Ishfaq Ahmed Wani clears the lines and all the way back to the goalkeeper. Will have to be quick enough. And Faizuddin Ahmed says, don't worry. I may have been beaten once, but that has not waned my confidence away. And all the way switched away towards the left out there, Mohammad Jabir. And by the time he can send it forward, he was trying to find Syed Imtiaz Ahmed, and Imtiaz Ahmed quickly twists around and gives a nod of acknowledgement to his teammate altogether. Throw in favor of Jammu and Kashmir. Yeah, nicely brought down, trying to control that, and after a bit of a hefty challenge altogether, even though the referee deems that it was by the books, the ball's fallen back for Telangana, only for Jammu and Kashmir to wrest possession. And their captain once again comes looking out there, Aqib Javed. Back to Hayat Bashir. This duo of Aqib Javed and Hayat Bashir, they have been absolutely brilliant altogether. This can be the chance they are looking forward to. A long ranger, but this time along the carpet, coming from the feet of Hayat Bashir. And Hayat Bashir losing his shape out there. Decent defending there from Raja Debnath. And still Hayat Bashir possibly fancying his chance from range. I think Raja Debnath, he could have done better. But he was not also in the most convincing positions. If you take a look at him, he was trying to just sidestep Hayat Bashir, hoping that he will lose control. But then Hayat really looking good today. Really controlling the ball with a lot more precision, with a lot more accuracy, and more importantly, with a lot more confidence. This can be a chance for Telangana. A long ranger. The goalkeeper was out of his position, unfortunately. That was not on target, but had it been so, what a sensational crack at goal that would have been. Syed Imtiaz Ahmed with an absolute thunderbolt from range, just missing his mark by whiskers. And I think with that shot, Telangana also possibly announcing their intentions loud and clear, hollering out at the top of their lungs that do not take us lightly. We have got what it takes to sizzle. We have got what it takes to crackle. What a sensational hit that would have been had it been on target. But with that being said, the scoreline still remains 1-0. Jammu and Kashmir currently leading in this game with a great strike, a brilliant combination that was forged by Aqib Javed, the skipper, who eventually created, orchestrated that all-important goal out there. And a sensational finish altogether from Hayat Bashir. And now Telangana keeps the possession at their feet. Does well to go for an outside dodge, but kind of misses out on that opening that they were looking forward to. Nonetheless, took a deflection. It's going to be a corner here in Telangana. I think this is going to be an all-important opening that they are looking forward to. One of those set pieces haven't exactly been one of their strong suits so far in this tournament. Let's take a quick look, a closer look at this one. A decent effort there from Anil Singh, trying to penetrate from the right. It possibly is going to be a right-footed outswinger altogether coming in. Here it comes, and Hangzo trying to slam it towards the goal. but meets with some stern resistance. All the way back to Mohammad Jabir. Jabir sends it to Raja Debnath, and I think Raja Debnath, he's desperate. He's scrambling for options. Sai Karthik. Tejawat Sai Karthik, and he sends it further forward. And it will go all the way harmlessly into the gloves of Majid Ahmed. And Majid Ahmed won't really break a sweat about it. 21 minutes on the clock, and as things stand, Jammu and Kashmir has that 1-0 cushion. Another downtown delivery, nicely headed to safety. Decent exchange right now, eludes everyone. Telangana rushing all the way back. Minal Kumar controls that. Minal pushes it to Raja Debnath. Raja keeps it flat enough once again, hoping to find the player onto the far right. But unfortunately, that was never going to be the way. Decent interception coming in all the way back to the goalkeeper of Telangana, Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. Telangana trying to keep the ball as much as they can on the carpet, because I think that is one of their key strengths. That is also one of their key hopes and key elements of going forward, building all those all-important attacks. And a gentle trip forward. But I think that is never going to be a problem altogether. A decent bit of vigilance there from Dimple Bhagat. Kept on circling around the ball till the very last moment before it finally went out of bounds, resulting in a goal kick for Jammu and Kashmir. They'll take their time. They are in no rush whatsoever. When you have that slender goal cushion, I think it's always advisable that you try and play as per your strengths. Satpal Singh Kala, the coach. And once again, such a welcome spectacle, such a refreshing spectacle. A kid gracing the stadium, watching those games. And I think we all know that this is possibly one of the best scenes that you can have. I mean, spectators from all age groups coming together. And most importantly, a kid. Not really sure how much that kid would understand, but at the end of the day, what does matter is that he's enjoying the game. He's enjoying the vision of all these lush verdants that is sprawling in front of you in the Deccan Arena against a slightly overpowered ball altogether. And the idea was to try and find Imtiaz Ahmed. And somehow Imtiaz Ahmed has found himself always out of the most convenient pockets. It's the second time in a row in the span of the last, let's say, around 5 minutes that the ball was being subjected to him. And unfortunately, he was out of position. That's kind of surprising. And now, Jammu and Kashmir trying to create something through that center channel. It's a skipper exchanging it decent enough. Ishfaq Ahmed Wani. Ishfaq switches it towards the right. Nicely kept in play by Yatta Rashad. Back to Ishfaq. Ishfaq scoops it forward. Hayat Bashir on the ball once again, but decent defending coming in there from Minal Kumar, resulting in a throw-in for Telangana. There you go. I think the last touch, it kind of came off Minal Kumar. Surprisingly, the throw-in was awarded to Telangana. I think the assistant referee deeming that there was a bit of deflection along the way. But nonetheless, Jammu and Kashmir, they have wrested possession. And now slowly and steadily, Kamran Hamid trying to control that, but he's lost possession. That's a fine release forward from Shashank Kanujia, but then Jammu and Kashmir, their defenders stand tall. Raja Debnath clearing the danger lines. Hayat Bashir leaping for the ball, but it falls back for Telangana. Another lovely release forward, but eventually eludes everyone and goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Majid Ahmed, he hasn't been tested until now. There was one long ranger that came floating in from Imtiaz Ahmed, but then Majid Ahmed, he was way out of his line. And as we said before, had it been on target, it could have been a sensational goal for Telangana to restore parity. And I think if they have got players who can actually come up with bangers like that, with long-range shots that comes in with gilt-edged precision, I think they will have to try their luck from distance. Because at times, it's not always about playing the good brand of football. At times, it's about just finding the back of the net. that is extremely crucial. I mean, all the domination that you need together will eventually nullify if you fail to score. And that is why Telangana, they need to understand, yes, they're doing a phenomenal job when it comes to controlling the ball, when it comes to orchestrating all those attacks. Raja Debnath with another ball forward, but I think another factor that has been eluding Telangana so far is the touches haven't been good enough. I mean, they have created the balls from the back, but in the final third, you would expect a bit more reception, a bit more calm-headed demeanor altogether. But that somehow has been lacking. Goes all the way to the skipper, who's dropped back. And I think the kind of workload that he's taking kind of speaks volumes. We have seen the players from Kashmir showing that intensity, showing that urgency in the ongoing I-League, which is also coming live to you on the SSEN app. And for everyone who are glued to the screens, make no mistake, you are watching this game live. The 78th Santosh Trophy, the 78th Senior Men's National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy 2024-25, live on the SSEN app. And apart from the Santosh Trophy, you are also able to watch the ongoing I-League, the latest iteration of the tournament on the SSEN app, and definitely the Senior Women's NFC, the 29th edition of it for the Rajmata Jijabai Trophy. That is coming to you live on the SSEN app as well. So do keep an eye out for all the enthralling, entertaining and exciting Indian footballing fixtures that's coming your way on this app. Here's a free kick right now for Jammu and Kashmir, a chance for them to try and sequester Telangana in their own half, which hasn't exactly been the case. This has been a decent 28 minutes of football, decent oscillating action from one end to the other. Telangana controls possession, trying to use the right wing now to their advantage. A bit of a heavy touch for Jammu and Kashmir, and now Arjun from the right. Apologies, Arun Nagyal won the ball. Arun gently chips it into the box out there. Danger still not over. That's a fine ball, a lovely side volley attempted, hoping to knit it into the stride of the skipper out there. Take a look at this. That was some exquisite footwork there from Musaib Ahmed. And Musaib kind of getting a bit too ambitious, trying to find Aqib Javed in the box. And while we were talking about that, another long ranger came floating in, took a deflection along the way, and that is going to be a corner. An opportunity for Jammu and Kashmir to try and probe the solidity of the Telangana defense. I mean, Telangana, they have looked pretty convincing and confident in their attacks, but whenever their defense has been tested, apart from Raja Debnath, well, that is another poor clearance. Could have been trouble altogether. But then Jammu and Kashmir kind of failing to capitalize on that, and goes all the way back to their own custodian, Musaib Ahmed. And Musaib collects that slowly and steadily, waiting for Arnold Singh to arrive. We are almost about to complete the second quarter of the game, 30 minutes. Back to Jammu and Kashmir, they clear their danger lines. That's cheeky, as well to control the ball. Falls back for their skipper, Akif. And Akif knits it towards the right to Hayat Bashir. Hayat Bashir with the cross. However, takes the deflection of Mohammad Jabir and goes out for a corner. Dangers keep on lurking for Telangana at every knock of the game, and if they are unable to get that defense steady. And so far, Jammu and Kashmir, if there's one thing that they have really done well, is figuring out those gaps and exploiting them to perfection. The kind of passes, the kind of forward balls that we have seen so far from the men in pink and black, I think that has been absolutely extraordinary. We can see a couple of players all together, Adnan Ayub and Dimple Bhagat, getting ready for the set piece. It's going to be Adnan Ayub who knits it back for Dimple Bhagat. Dimple Bhagat sends it towards the far post. Danger's not over. Jammu and Kashmir keeps on knocking on the doors. Will get another corner. It was a fine turn from Talib Nazir. A bit of a difficult angle for him to try and convert that, to try and flick it into the back of the net. But then not the most or not the wisest of decisions out there. And decent defending as well from Krish Bhujel, putting forth a strong guard. Here's an opportunity, here's another corner. Adnan Ayub, is he gonna float in that right-footed in-swinger? I think he's calling for a player to come forth, hoping to exchange another short corner, maybe. But you never know. All the tricks of the trades, it is another short corner. Plays it back to Adnan Ayub. Adnan Ayub with the cross at the far post again, and once again headed away to safety by Telangana. Back-to-back corners. And it's the same player, Talib Nazir, who was almost at the receiving end, had that intervening header not came in. And with this, we come to the end of the first half an hour of the game. The second quarter, it has been a pretty entertaining affair until now. A thrilling one from one end to the other, from one hemisphere to the other, if we can say. We have seen some exotic attacks coming forth. This time it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger coming in from Dimple Bhagat. Floats it in, and a bit of a chaos altogether. Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed dropping the ball. That could have been a mistake of catastrophic proportions altogether. But thankfully no harm done. And now Telangana trying to break. A decent enterprise. Possession still stays with Telangana. And across, a lovely one, in fact. The goalkeeper's come out of his line. Could have been trouble. But sadly enough, Arnold Singh failing to hit his mark. It was a very acute angle. Majid Ahmed did recover and was tracking back to his position. Now this was a mistake from all ends, to be honest. Poor game reading. He should have actually tried to latch at the receiving end of the ball, but then the goalkeeper as well misjudged the line of the ball, the flight of the ball, and came out of his line. Thankfully the defender was out there, and thankfully Arnold Singh couldn't find the back of the net. Majid Ahmed was on a spot of bother. He had to track back, he had to cover a significant bit of grounds. And we talk about the football fans, and we can see football fans from all age groups. We've said this before, I'm going to say this again. This is one of the most refreshing spectacles of Indian football of late. Everyone coming together, everyone coming to support their favorite team, and most importantly, everyone coming to watch some passionate, impeccable brand of football being knitted in front of our eyes. And if you are not in the stadium, no need to fuss, no need to worry. You can watch the game live on the SSEN app. And another bit of medical trouble altogether. Talib Nazir has gone down. He'll need a bit of medical attention altogether. The referee halting play. 34 minutes, 11 minutes of regulation time. And slowly and steadily the stands being flocked by the fans coming in to watch the game. We have got 3 fixtures as well. 3 important fixtures coming up. Talib Nazir trying to clear the ball, kind of jammed his thigh possibly. It looks like it's his ankle. We are live from the Deccan Arena. This used to be one of the most sparkling hubs of Indian football, if you remember, and still now. The team for I-League, Shrinidhi Deccan, and they've been doing a phenomenal job as well. And this is their home ground. We call them the Malabarians. However, Telangana right now, they are desperate. They are desperate to crack open their opposition with that equalizer. But Jammu and Kashmir proving equal to the task, coming forth with tantamount brilliance in spark, with renewed vim and vigor. That's a decent bit of footwork altogether, going for that inside dodge. Mohammad Jabir plays it to Hangzo. Hangzo trying to knit it forward. Telangana kind of desperate to control the ball, eventually loses out on possession, and Jammu and Kashmir now driving forward, looking good. Adnan Ayub switches it to the right. Hayat Bashir has got some space ahead of him, and an option to Musaib Ahmed. It is Musaib Ahmed whom he knits the ball to, and Musaib with that cross, and a lovely header. Could have been close. However, missing the mark by whiskers. What a stunning run and a sudden burst of brilliance there from the captain Aqib Javed. Almost leaving their oppositions in a spot of serious bother. That's a phenomenal delivery into the box. Unfortunately, Aqib Javed failing to thread it into the stride of the goal, into the direction of the goal. and it's going to be a corner. A chance for Jammu and Kashmir to once again try and break through, once again try and essay an infringement. That's a bit of an overpowered hit there. Can Jammu and Kashmir keep that in play? But by the time Kamran Hamid can come around, that ball has gone out of play. And it's going to be a goal kick. Quickly taken actually by Telangana. They didn't want to waste any time whatsoever. And now they try to bomb through that left wing of theirs. Mohammad Jabir, back to Jabir again. Jabir trying to find that opening, but again a staunch clearance coming in from Musaib Ahmed. And a quick word of acknowledgement as well there from Ishfaq Ahmed Wani. Throw it there. Tejawat Sai Karthik. Karthik threads it forward, repelled away by Jammu and Kashmir defense. Back to Karthik. Karthik switches it to the right. Taking their time now, slowly and steadily, trying to take a touch or two. Decent work. Twisting and turning, trying to wriggle free from the clutches of the defenders. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Telangana keeps the possession alive. Telangana looking for that shooting lane. Goes for the shot, but jams it against the defenders. Back to Jammu and Kashmir, and finally Jammu and Kashmir can breathe a sigh of reprieve as they have cleared their danger lines. 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes of regulation time remaining in this game. Well, that isn't the best of clearances there. Jammu and Kashmir might be in a bit of trouble altogether. Going for that cross from the left. Mohammad Jabir, but again ends up jamming against the Jammu and Kashmir, against the recuperating Jammu and Kashmir defense. They had a bit of a trouble going forward in that occasion. They had a bit of trouble trying to stall Telangana in their tracks. But then the way they recovered, the way they convalesced, that was absolutely marvelous. And once again, a bit of a medical trouble altogether. Take a look at this. Take a look at how quickly they regrouped themselves. And a phenomenal bit of work out there coming in from Musaib Ahmed. He had to be very, very careful, because ideally when you're in the box, you always run a risk, particularly with your arms dangling around. So yes, we have seen lots of penalties being awarded. So you always need to be perfect in terms of where your arms are, what your body positioning is. And the referee right now just calling over the physio just to ensure the fact that he's okay. You can see Satpal Singh Kala. He will definitely be a happy man with how things have proceeded until now. He will be absolutely delighted with the way Jammu and Kashmir has kept Telangana at bay time and time again. They have not really allowed the free passes. They have not really allowed the freebies to their counterparts. A quick look at the solitary goal of the match. How wonderfully that run was timed out there from Aqib Javed. Almost bursting forth with a sudden splash of splendor. And then Hayat Bashir just timing that run to perfection as well. Just finding himself at the right position, in the right position, at the right time. And all he had to do was just poke it home from point blank range. And Hayat Bashir said, thank you very much for a delivery as good as that. Once again, not the best of spectacles, to be honest. Attar Arshad had to be stretchered off. Not really sure whether he'll come back or whether Jammu and Kashmir will have to come forth with a substitution. But so far, Jammu and Kashmir's brilliance in the first half. Well, that's another long ranger, but that had neither direction, neither fury to it. So again, bit of a lackluster effort on that one. And that spills out. Here it comes to the left, controls that. And eventually back to the header of Telangana, bit of a aerial tussle altogether. Falls back for Telangana once, for Jammu and Kashmir, apologies for that. Jammu and Kashmir controlling the ball. Here's another lovely ball onto the far right. It's a long run altogether and lots of ground to be covered, to be honest. Musaib Ahmed, he needed yards ahead of him. But sadly enough, that wasn't enough. Fine ball to the left. Telangana back on control. I mean, truth be told, if you take a look at the possession, Telangana has controlled the majority of it. They have created those chances, they have come forward, and they have also tried their luck from distance. The only thing that they haven't done until now is try to be a bit more precise in front of the goal, is trying to find the back of the net. And I think if they are able to find that equalizer somehow, Jammu and Kashmir is going to be in some serious trouble. Because talk about positional advantage, well, that's a foul out there. You can clearly see not the best of moves out there. A very cumbersome tackle on Yumna Amanul Singh. And again, not the best of spectacles. And it's good to see that the man who was stretchered off a few moments ago, Attar Arshad, he's back. And he comes in with a clattering hit against Anil Singh. The thing with Anil Singh is, like, you cannot allow him the space. I mean, wherever you find him out. The first yellow card as well shown. And I think it was to Attar Arshad, the man who came rushing in, taking the wind out of the sails of Anil Singh. It's a free kick from range. It's a bit of a decent juncture. It can be dangerous as well. A four-man wall there for Jammu and Kashmir. And that's a preliminary one, in fact. Looks like it's only going to be one name. Kamchenko Hangzo for Telangana. Can Hangzo restore parity with a screamer, or is he eyeing for that far post? Hoping for one of his players to take center stage and create that chance. Here's Hangzo. Hangzo balloons it over the woodwork. I mean, if you are a goal down and if you have done everything apart from scoring, you got to do it better. I think it's good to be ambitious, but at times you also need to resort to your tactical solidity. You have to start believing in your players. We have seen a few wonder hits from range, but that isn't the last word of football. Football being a team game will need collective brilliance. Football being a team game will need exceptional composure. And more importantly, it will need confidence. It will need all of you coming together. That integrity, that chemistry between a team is what has the final talk. Back to the left again. Telangana on the ball. Mohammad Jabir. Mohammad Jamir trying to cut in, trying to create some space ahead of him. A lovely bit of twist and turn now. Sai Karthik. Sai Karthik sends it forward, takes a sharp deflection. But no harm done. Falls back for Telangana once again. Sheikh Umair. Sheikh Umair to Raja Debnath. Raja Debnath rolls it along the carpet. Slowly and steadily knitting their way forward. Threads it to the far right. Decent bit of work, keeping that under control. Again, that inside dodge coming in. Might be a chance that you're looking forward to. Slowly and steadily tiptoeing their way. Almost onto the right. Across comes in. And once again, danger looming large. Telangana can still have a sniff, but Jammu and Kashmir says enough. We'll clear our danger lines and sends it all the way back to the opposition box. No troubles whatsoever for Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. Take a look at this. A lovely bit of chance out there from the right. A sensational delivery, but equally brilliant defending out there. And this time, a bit of a miscued first touch. Wanted it at his feet. But unfortunately, while he was trying to chest it down, kind of went slightly off gas there. 4 minutes of additional time in the first half. Back to the central line out there. Sai Karthik switching and shuffling. Once in the left, once in that central channel. We won't be surprised if he goes all the way to the right flank as well. And I think that is the chemistry, that is the coordination. That's a poor giveaway by Jammu and Kashmir. Acres of space ahead of Telangana, slowly and steadily storming through that center line of attack. And that is poor. You got to release the ball pretty early. You got to create yourself that chance, that avenue of attack, that shooting space. And for that, you also need a bit of support. And you need that vision to know that where your teammates are. But nonetheless, that ambition has blown up in smoke. Telangana once again all the way into that center channel, trying to control that. Again, they need to be a bit more precise. I think if you're unable to control the ball, if you're giving that away way too easily, it is only gonna brew further trouble for you. It's only gonna peak, it's only gonna keep you in jeopardies that you can't even imagine. Take a look at this. Yeah, that's an entanglement of boots altogether. Not the cleanest of tackles. Hanzo from Telangana kind of going for a tussle against Kamran Hamid. A free kick, another one for Telangana, this time an idea or an ideal chance for them to try and drop it into the box there. Try and use this more as a springboard rather than going for the shot. Another long ranger. Raja Debnath at the far post. Headed it into the stride of one of their players. Danger's not over. Telangana still tries their luck from range. Another opportunity. This time the idea was to find the player who broke free. A phenomenal run out there from Mohammad Jabir. Take a look at the way he cuts inside. Take a look at the way he creates that shooting lane ahead of him. And a fine bit of run from Kamchenkop Hangzhou as well. But Hangzhou not really able to meet that. 4 minutes of additional time. 2 had already elapsed and 2 on the way now. A lovely ball now. Keeping it alive, keeping it under control. Slowly and steadily. Once again, Jabir on the ball. Jabir trying to go for that inside and outside. Going here and going there. Leaving the defenders in a knot of mystery. Another lovely ball in the box. Danger's not over. Telangana still trying to latch on to it. Still trying to keep possession for themselves. This time though, a bit of an overpowered touch. And that will go out of play, a throw in for Jammu and Kashmir. And I think a bit of heated exchange between the Jammu and Kashmir players. I think it's Hayat Bashir trying to have a word with Ishfaq Ahmed Wani. Ishfaq Ahmed, obviously a big name in Indian football. This is a new Ishfaq Ahmed on the rise. Raja Debnath kind of desperate for possession. And eventually it will fall back to Telangana. Looking around, taking their time. In no rush whatsoever. Raja Debnath back on the ball again. He's been a warrior of many battles. He's been a seasoned campaigner. Has seen the twists and turns of Indian football from up close. He knows how to get the better of games like these. He knows what to do. And he knows how exactly to find the rhythm, leading his team to glory. Looks like a change is being lined up for Jammu and Kashmir. There weren't any injuries. But this is going to be a surprising change altogether. And there you go, the change has been confirmed. Huzafa Ahmed Dar has been brought in. Final few seconds of the first half before the referee blows his whistle and calls it a breather out here at the Deccan Arena. Good tussle once again. Keeps the ball under control. Switches it to the left. Telangana now rushing and gushing forward. Does well to keep the ball at their feet there. That's a lovely bit of work. That is definitely going to be a foul. And the card will be coming out. Make no mistake about that. He clearly had no clue whatsoever. Shashank Anuja switching flanks. The way he went forward almost left his marker in a tizzy of a dizzy. And it looks like it's going to be Musaib Ahmed who's going to be taken into the referee's book. And it is Musaib Ahmed shown the yellow card. I don't think he had much of an option. He had to do this. He had to take one for the team. Syed Kanojia, the man who was operating from the right, switched to the left. And Syed clearly had an added bit of advantage going forward because he had the balance intact. However, Musaib Ahmed didn't really have that. And this is a very decent position to have a free kick from. A great chance for Telangana to have a sudden surge of brilliance, to have a last laugh, or to have the last laugh in the first half. 3-man ball in front. Flips that in, but then Jammu and Kashmir clear their danger lines. And with this, we come to the end of what has been an enthralling and enticing and an exciting first half. And the halftime score, Jammu and Kashmir 1, Telangana 0. Lots of catching up to do for the men in orange and white. And for Jammu and Kashmir, it's going to be intriguing to see how they come back in the second half. Do they get into that defensive harsh and integument of theirs? or do they still continue the attack? Well, for Telangana, I think they can be all buoyant. They might not have found the goal yet, but truth be told, they have looked in good touch. They have created those chances. A quick look at the highlights of what has been an entertaining first half of football between these two teams. It all started off with Telangana kicking off, and then this opening goal within just 5 minutes of the game. An incredible setup from Akib Javed and a picture-perfect finish coming out from the one and only Hayat Bashir. And then Telangana coming forward on multiple occasions, trying to create those chances. Jammu and Kashmir was also not too far behind. They tried their luck from range as well. Might not have found the opportunities that they were looking for. This was another screaming enterprise, but it kind of went begging. And this was another lovely chance created. Could have been further trouble brewing on the horizon. Now, this was a chance that Arnold Singh should have converted with the goalkeeper off his line. But nonetheless, you squander away chances, you will be the one held culpable at the end of the day. There were quite a few fouls, a couple of yellow cards as well, 2 yellow cards being shown to the Jammu and Kashmir players. That was another lovely release forward, make no mistake. And then this fine run in the extreme, towards the extreme end of the first half that compelled Joy Singh Monchang Thumli to show the yellow card. And that is how we came to the end of the first half. A brilliant half of football met a thrilling end. However, do not go anywhere. We'll dive into a short breather and return shortly with the second half. The scoreline in the first half, Jammu and Kashmir 1, Telangana 0. Welcome back, everyone. We are all set for the second half of this encounter. As things stand, it's still Jammu and Kashmir who has a very slender lead. 1-0 is what has propelled them. However, as we know, football being a masterclass of uncertainty, football being one of the most precarious games that can change in the dying embers of the contest, make no mistake that these slender goal cushions can always come to bite you back. And as the clarification has arrived, which we will soon see on screen, looks like Telangana, they are going forward with 3 substitutions in the second half. And as you can see, 2 of them who are all set. We have seen one from Jammu and Kashmir in the first. It looks like jersey number 13 is gonna go out, and that is Sashank Kanojia. He will be replaced by Syed Abid Hussain Razvi. Jersey number 10, Saif Hussain Ansari, is also gonna come in, and jersey number 7, Vikas Yadav, is also gonna be added to the lineups of Telangana. So quite a paradigm shift that is being introduced by Sheikh Khalil Rahman. And on the contrary, Jammu and Kashmir will also have a change, and that is they will take off Hayat Bashir, the goal scorer, and coming into the mix will be Farhan Ganai. So that's quite an intriguing substitution. In fact, at the end of the first half, we said that it's going to be intriguing to see what are the approach, or rather what are the approaches altogether of of the two teams. With this change, with Farhan coming out in the mix, I think it goes without saying, Jammu and Kashmir is now going to get into their defensive husk. And we are all set for the second half of the contest. The two teams this time, just to give you all a quick heads up, after the customary shuffle in sides, attacking on your frame from the right to left, getting us underway in their signature pink and black is Jammu and Kashmir. Attacking on your frame from the left to the right in their signature orange and whites is Telangana. And it is Jammu and Kashmir who gets us rolling. That's a decent bit of chance and a lovely ball forward out there. Raja Debnath will have to cover up his grounds, and he does so without breaking a sweat and sends it further forward. It's going to be interesting to see that what is Telangana's response right now. Will they go for that ultra-attacking maneuver? Will they eventually let their counterparts, or will they try and open them up with a volley of attacks going forth? Or will they sit back? Will they wait for the right time? Will they wait for the iron to be red hot when they strike? Too many questions, and I think we'll have the answer shortly enough. Telangana on the ball, switches it to the left. That's a decent bit of work there from Telangana, a bit of a high boot involved. And I think it is Saif Hussain Ansari, the man who's just come on in the second half. Sheikh Khalil Rahman going for a few crucial changes, a couple of forwards introduced into the mix. And one defender taken off. Completely contrasting calls altogether. I mean, Jammu and Kashmir, they brought a defender in place of an attacker, wherein Telangana, they have taken off one defender and they have brought in an attacker. So which means that Telangana wants to make their intentions loud and clear. They want to keep on attacking until they find the back of the net. And Jammu and Kashmir, on the contrary, they want to keep on defending until they have secured all the 3 points in the game, no matter how slender of a lead that is. So it's more of a contest now where an unmovable force will be trying to stop an unstoppable object. A clash of epic proportions, a clash of sizable stature unfurling ahead of both of us. Ahead of all of us with both these teams. A bit of a miscued throw on that occasion. Could have been better. Telangana now with the throw, and they will try and control the possession. A bit of a hasty start to the second half. A fine release, and now Telangana trying to break free from the left once again. A bit of a heavy touch altogether. A fine run from Saif Hussain Ansari, but then you need to be always on your toes. You always need to keep an eye out. And I think these changes, Syed Abid Hussain Razvi and Saif Hussain Ansari, they have been brought in to assert further firepower to the Telangana side. So they need to be precise. They need to check out their avenues of attack. And they have to be certain of the fact that what is the best route of action for them. Telangana controlling possession a lot more, at least in the second half. And I think that is just the start. That's just a building block. That's a fine release and a decent bit of defending as well there from Musaib Ahmed. In fact, it was Atar Irshad. Atar Irshad already on a yellow card. Telangana with a delicate trip, but repelled away by Jammu and Kashmir. Decent defending. Danger still not over. Telangana might have a sniff. Trying to control that. Twisting and turning around. Back with Telangana once again. Hangzo switches it to that central channel. Back to Hangzo. Hangzo slowly and steadily tiptoeing his way forward. Krish on the right. Oh, that's $1 million release altogether. This might be trouble. Wanted to sneak one through the gates of the defender. Again, that wasn't the wisest of calls, to be honest. Could have been far better. Take a look at this. Hangzo. The idea was right, but I think what he could have done is the defender went for the final tackle. He did get down, so possibly could have taken a step, gone for a bit more of an outside dodge before hammering the shot, before hammering the goal-bound shot. That could have given him a much more, chance of belief, a much more chance, which would have been convincing enough. And a lovely ball in the box and a glancing header there from Aqib Javed. Unfortunately, it goes wide. We had a bit of a hasty start to the second half, but both the teams coming to life, both the teams firing those warning calls all together, trying to keep each other entangled in a mesh of mystery. Another fine ball on the left, and now Telangana. That's a fine ball in that central channel, and that is suicidal there. Truth be told, Telangana, their own forward has blocked their own shot. How did this happen? What a chance. What a stunning strike. It was Arnold Singh. And unfortunately, he had found Syed Abid Hussain Razvi along the way. Had Syed Abid Hussain not been there. In fact, it was Vikas Yadav with the shot there. And I think they were stunned and startled at the fact that how did that not go in? That should have gone in at all costs. That is excellent defending there. I mean, fighting till the very last moment, doing everything they can in their control, trying to take the ball away from their counterparts. Telangana now from the left, using the left wing. The left wing has crackled more than usual. That's another lovely ball, and it's now the captain, Aqib Javed of Jammu and Kashmir, controlling the ball. And this time along the carpet, if he would have gone aerial, if he would have eyed for that far post, the second post, I think it could have been trouble brewing on the horizon for Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. He was slightly off his position out there, trying to prune down the angle. Another fine ball. Good interception there from Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir trying to find that right wing to their use, but Telangana as well, pretty desperate to latch on to the ball. And eventually it goes out of play. Huzafa Ahmed Dar, rather. The attacker who's come on for Jammu and Kashmir. He came in at the end of the first half. There's going to be a throw in now for Jammu and Kashmir. Musaib Ahmed switches it towards Ashfaq Ahmed. Good exchanges, rolling the ball through. And now goes for a long ball. Found his man. Unfortunately, he was caught in the offside trap out there. Talib Nazir. The flag goes up, and I think he knows if he can steal away a few crucial seconds out here, that's only got to be good for his team. Because with every passing second, with every passing minute, I think Telangana They are going to start feeling the heat and the sting. They are going to start feeling the urgency a lot more in their veins, coursing through every atom of theirs to try and restore parity out here at the Deccan Arena if they want to stay afloat in the game. And Jammu and Kashmir, they will try and steal away every single second they can from their counterparts. That is decent football from Jammu and Kashmir. Keeps it under control. Adnan Ayub switches it to the right. That's a fine release. The skipper, Aqib Javed, looking for some space to go forward with the cross. Unfortunately, takes a deflection and goes all the way to Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. Raja Devnath just nearby. That's a poor giveaway. Almost. However, decent recovery out there from Vikas Yadav, who came in with that all-important shot a few moments ago. Jammu and Kashmir, Ashfaq Ahmed Wani. And that's decent clearance altogether. Talib Nazir. Dimple Bhagat. Back to Arun Naigal. All the way back to Majid Ahmed. Majid needs to be slightly quick, and he takes care of that. All the way back now, Jammu and Kashmir just trying to slow things down out here. Aqib Javed switches it to the right. Could have been a decent essay going forward. However, Adnan Ayub, he was fouled, and a pretty cumbersome one at that. Throw in favor of Jammu and Kashmir, and a quick exchange of words between Adnan Ayub and Joysing Monsang Tumli, the arbitrator, the referee for the day. Take a look at this one. And I think that was a clean challenge there from the skipper of Telangana, Raja Devnath. Yeah, Jammu and Kashmir still kind of desperate, trying to control the ball onto the far right. You can hear the coaches screaming at the top of their voice. Jammu and Kashmir now. Now this might be a decent chance for them. Wanted to go from range there. Dimple Bhagat kind of fell on that wrong foot of his on the left foot. Would have loved to take it on the right foot and gone for the shot. And now Telangana with a brilliant ball forward. This might be trouble. And a lovely trip. But somehow Syed Abid Hussain Razvi has not hit his mark. What a $1 million chance that was created. And I think the intent was absolutely right. The idea was absolutely right. But the execution could have been better. The execution could have been far better. Majid Ahmed, he was completely caught off guard there. Almost dithering around in no man's land. And he couldn't have done anything on that occasion had the ball been on target. But Telangana, I think that's the second chance in the second half that they have squandered away. And unfortunately, it's Syed Abid Hussain Razvi at the receiving end of both. The last occasion, Vikas Yadav took almost a goal-bound shot. Everyone was beaten, but it got blocked by Syed Abid Hussain Razvi himself. And then Syed Abid Hussain Razvi coming forward with a lovely chance and trying to just chip one very delicately over the advancing goalkeeper of the opposition. Sadly enough, that completely lost its sheen and shine. And now it's going to be a throw in here for Jammu and Kashmir. Can Jammu and Kashmir try and break at the other end? Try and find that all-important insurance goal that can leave Telangana in a bit more of trouble, in a bit more of concern, and in a bit more of jeopardy. Telangana does well to regain possession. Raja Devnath switches it to the right. Decent bit of work out here. That's finally done, and a bit of a push and shove continues, but eventually at the end of the day, Telangana will have the last laugh. It's a free kick awarded to them. A quick look at that one. I mean, that wasn't the cleanest of challenges either from Adnan Ayub. He should have done better. No wonder the free kick has gone to Telangana, and now Telangana trying to control that. Switches it to the central channel. Vikas Yadav. Vikas plays it further forward. And once again, hoping for that long ranger to make its way through that cunning run of Vikas Yadav. But sadly enough, that was blocked away by Jammu and Kashmir. Back with Telangana. That is poor. That is very poor. Missed passes will not help the cause of Telangana. And once again, trying to go for that forward release. But Raja Devnath, always vigilant, always aware, intercedes that, waylays that, and drives it further forward. And now here's a chance for Telangana right now to try and hit their counterparts on a break. Try and find that welcome avenue of attack. That's another long ball. The idea was right. There was a player making that run, taking that run towards the goal, but then Comfortable collection altogether for the goalkeeper. A bit of a frenzy out in that central channel right now. And after ping-ponging of each other, the ball falls back for Telangana. Switches it to the left again. Krish Bhujel. Krish plays it further forward. Vikas Yadav. Vikas switches it for Hangzo. Still with Krish. Coming in from that right wing. Squares off Hangzo. Hangzo plays it to the left. Cuts in sharply. And that is definitely a foul. No questions asked. I mean, the moment Mohammad Jabir kind of stormed in, he knew that he was not in control, particularly with Farhan Ganai coming in. And Farhan Ganai winning a free kick for his team out there. Yeah, that, again, that was unintentional. But I think, you know, in football, it's not always easy to quickly adjust your position to avoid a foul because you might end up hurting yourself. So you have to take the call. Telangana, however, has managed to reclaim possession. This can be trouble. And a phenomenal run once again in the box. But now Majib Ahmed, the fact that he's being tested, the fact that he's being asked to come out of his line and make those crucial saves, he has come up with flying colours. Vikas Yadav, ever since he has come on, he is really looking dangerous for Telangana. But at this point in time, he has either run into a defensive blockade that has been posted, or he has run into Majid Ahmed. Telangana once again from the left, another lovely ball. But then that could have been better, that could have been a bit more precise. It's going to be a throw-in. For Jammu and Kashmir, they are kind of now breathing hard enough because Telangana, they are amping up their attacking intensity. They are trying to amplify the numbers in the box as well. And they are looking a lot more convincing in the second half. They are looking a lot more confident. A decent bit of work. Wanted to cut past, wanted to brush past that marker of his, but sadly, that didn't really have enough precision. The Captain V-Pack captain, and it is Aqib Javed who wins the possession back. Talib Nazir with a decent help and a lovely ball as well. Jammu and Kashmir. My goodness, how did that not find the back of the net? Adnan Ayub, the first touch was absolutely stellar. The second touch was a letdown. What a lovely ball from Talib Nazir and brilliantly chested down. That first touch, that was one from the footballing fables, one from the footballing folklore. But the second touch was pretty disappointing out there, taking the ball away, taking the ball a bit too far away from the Jammu and Kashmir attack. And now Telangana steps forward once again, and a delicate touch going forward on the turn itself. And with this, we come to the end of the third quarter, or let's just say the first hour of football. 60 minutes on the clock, and as things stand, Jammu and Kashmir, the early lead they secured, that still differentiates between the two teams. And here's Telangana trying to find out, still trying to find out desperately, hoping to open up the opposition goal for that all-important, that all-elusive equalizer. Coming in from the right. Again, decent bit of work. Inside dodge, outside dodge. Here comes the cross in Jammu and Kashmir with once again steady and sturdy defending, keeping their eyes on the ball till the last moment, clearing their lines. And now they might have acres of space going forward. This might be trouble that they are inviting. This is another fine ball for Aqib Javed. Sadly, he couldn't really time his run to perfection. Was caught offside and the flag has gone up, which means it's going to be a goal kick here for Telangana. Take a look at this. Marginally, I would say. But again, I think the assistant referees, they know a thing or two about how the smallest of margins can create the biggest of differences. And then it would be a forever controversy. It would be a forever moot of discussion that might lead to heated discussions. And Saif Hussain Ansari is down on the ground. Let's take a closer look. Again, not too much on the challenge, to be honest. But then, truth be told, that extended boot of Farhan Ganai wasn't the best of moves out there. A free kick here for Telangana. They have looked pretty decent when it comes to the set pieces out here. Telangana might just once again be hoping for that whiff. It's going to be Vikas Yadav with the free kick out there. I think it goes without saying, Vikas Yadav, he can definitely launch one and launch a sharp one enough. That's a lovely ball at the far post. Looks like it's eluded everyone. Did it take a deflection or not? We'll have to confirm. But looks like that's clean, and that was a shot off target, which resulted in a goal kick for Jammu and Kashmir, which means they will take their time. Arun Nagyal is going to be the one with that goal kick, takes it along the carpet, and Jammu and Kashmir eventually sends it forward. Slightly miscued on that occasion. Going to be a throw-in right now. And it's going to be Telangana with that throw-in. Telangana from the left. Small, short exchanges, not really putting too much power behind the ball. Does well to control it, keeps it under control, keeps it in range. And now Jammu and Kashmir, the captain once again, Aqib Javed. And Aqib Javed waiting for more numerical support. Numerical support does arrive. Dimple Bhagat from the left. Dimple Bhagat chips it further forward, hoping for one of the Jammu and Kashmir players, and Adnan Ayub ran all the way into blocking Raja Devnath, the referee blowing the whistle. Let's take a look. I mean, that was kind of unnecessary. He knew that he was not going for the ball. But once again, as we said, when you are leading by a solitary goal, you try and do everything at your behest to try and steal away those crucial minutes altogether. Here comes Telangana now, once again, using that left wing, using the left flank. Switches it to that central channel, hoping to create a difference from a different round. The wings, despite the fact, despite all the crackles, despite all the huff and puff, all the bells and whistles that we have seen coming in from the left and the right wing, I think now Telangana have realized that somehow they are not able to make hay from the wings. So trying to use the central channel. However, Jammu and Kashmir might be on the attack. A fine ball floated in from Dimple Bhagat, trying to use the left flank to his advantage. But sadly enough, it didn't really have the power that they were looking forward to. And now Telangana might just have a bit of space going forward. They will have to use that. Switches it to that central channel. Vikas Yadav on the ball. Vikas Yadav twisting and turning. Wanted to go for that trip forward, but again gets blocked away. And Jammu and Kashmir, take a look at how quickly they are closing down those spaces out in that defense. And I think that is exactly what sets them apart from their counterparts. The way they have, blocked away every possible avenue that they have found, the way they have completely slammed the door shut on the faces of Telangana, that is very impressive. And I think credit goes to this man, Satpal Singh Kala. I mean, he is one of the most seasoned preceptors in Indian football, knows his way around, knows how to win matches, and most importantly, knows how to egg on a team that hasn't really gone forth bursting on all cylinders, hasn't really gone forth with their cannons and bazookas prime. At times, you need to take a step back, reassess, recalibrate your position, and understand what are the gaps, what are the small gaps in the shield that has to be plugged. It's going to be Arnold Singh with the throw for Telangana. I think given the fact that there was a stoppage due to medical reasons, the rule states Huzafa Ahmed Dar will have to step out and receive the medical attention. Jammu and Kashmir now 24 minutes of regulation time ahead of them. If they can find an insurance goal, why not? That's well done by the skipper. Goes for the shot himself. Was eyeing for one of the maddest, one of the most insane finishes of the ongoing Santosh Trophy. We have seen a shot like that. It was Manipur who went on to beat Rajasthan, and a screaming finish that set the precedent. And it could have been, had the ball been on target from an angle like that, from a range like that, it very well could have stood the chance of being the best goal of the tournament. You never know. But nonetheless, with that chance going down in history as a miss, Telangana and Jammu and Kashmir are back in action once again. They continue to poke each other. They continue to prod each other, nudge each other, hoping to find the back of the net. Telangana looking for that equalizer. And Jammu and Kashmir hoping to get that all-important goal that can create a bit of breathing leeway between themselves and their counterparts. Telangana through that central channel. Hangzo on the ball again. Hangzo looking for help. Hangzo rolls it into the stride of Sai Karthik. Sai Karthik switches it to further left. Back to Sai Karthik again. Sai Karthik sends it forward. Blocked away by Jammu and Kashmir. And now Jammu and Kashmir. Their skipper, Aqib Javed. Hoping to go forward. Not to be. But possession stays with Jammu and Kashmir. Adnan Ayub. Adnan Ayub being robbed of the possession. And now coming in from the left is Saif Hussain Ansari. Saif Hussain Ansari with a lovely cross. And that eludes the player out in that central channel. What a delivery that would have been. It was Syed Abid Hussain Razvi. Could have had a lovely chance going forth, but unfortunately that was not the case. Danger still not over. Telangana keeps on knocking on the doors. They'll have to convert the knocks into bangs. And the bangs into prying the door open with force. Jammu and Kashmir now. Dimple Bhagat switches it back to Arun. Arun steers it into that central channel. Ishfaq Ahmedwani. Ishfaq loses possession. Telangana on the ball. Telangana wanting to go for the long shot. I mean, that is again what we are talking about. Hangzo completely lost possession. And here comes Jammu and Kashmir from the left. And a very good tackle out there. A timely intervention from the one and only, from the numero uno, Raja Devnath. He has been a strong force in the defense. He has rallied and marshaled his troops like a true leader. And once again comes in with a very timely intervention. And looks like a change is in the making for Jammu and Kashmir. A man who came on as a substitute, Huzafa Ahmeddar, he's not really comfortable at this point in time. And he's going to be replaced by Aditya Mahajan. So that's a third change for Jammu and Kashmir as well. Both the teams have made 3 changes. Take a look at this clearance there. Using his towering and eclipsing stature to the fullest. Raja Devnath not taking any prisoners whatsoever. But that was a fine run altogether from the left, and that left wing has been a blazing fire path for Jammu and Kashmir. Every time they have attacked from the left, there have been the alarm bells ringing out loud for Telangana. And Telangana needs to be careful. Similarly, Telangana has also used the left wing to a pretty decent stature. Vikas Yadav now switching more to a central role from that wing play that was being trusted with him. Krish back to Vikas. Vikas plays it to Hangzo. Hangzo switches it further left. Hangzo to Sai Karthik. Sai Karthik with a lovely ball, slightly overpowered. That was a phenomenal run for Mohammad Jabir. And I think had that ball been under control slightly, had that been struck with a bit less of power, that could have been a phenomenal chance here for Telangana to try and restore parity in this game. 19 minutes of regulation time remaining. Do we have more twists to this tale? Do we have more sniff of drama? Do we have more intense action coming up for all of us? It's going to be a goal kick here. And Jammu and Kashmir, they'll take their time. They are in no rush. They have a lead for themselves. Arun Nagyal rather. Apologies. Falls back for Jammu and Kashmir, and by the time the captain could collect that, Aqib Javed, he was dispossessed. Here comes Hangzo again. Hangzo plays it to the left. And now trying to use the fringes to their advantage. Sai Karthik dropping deep in the midfield. Just playing that attacking midfielder, kind of realizes that he'll have to play the missing piece in the puzzle. Slow, short, crisp passes, focusing more on precision. Hangzo. Hangzo to Arnold. Arnold taking his time. Arnold does well. Arnold stays with the possession, and that I don't think was foul play out there. He kind of lost his footing. Saif Hussain Ansari, referee, not awarding a free kick out there, which means that Jammu and Kashmir can keep on breathing freely. Yeah, that was more of an entanglement of feet. That was not foul. I think it was pretty clean as well from Musaib Ahmed. Falls back for Jammu and Kashmir, and once again switching to the very left. Talib Nazir. That's another fine ball laid along the carpet. Shot comes crashing in from Aditya Mahajan, takes a deflection and goes out for a corner. We've talked about this. The left wing for Jammu and Kashmir feels like a hornet's nest that has been kicked already. And what a delivery. And somehow or the other, I think more than the fact that it was a lovely ball in the box, somehow the Telangana defense, that has gone. I mean, that was caught napping on that occasion. If you are able to launch a ball from the left into the 6-yard box with no defenders catching a whiff of it, that's just poor, ordinary defending. Here comes the corner again. Left-footed in swinger, chance and a glancing header into the back of the net. And there you go, Jammu and Kashmir has found the back of the net to make it 2-0. We were talking about the insurance goal, and Jammu and Kashmir says that we will have it our way. Time and time again, they have looked for the opportunities. And a thumping finish. Looks like it is Kamran Ahmed with the goal. In fact, it's Dimple Bhagat, the man who was creating all sorts of trouble from the left, has been the man to finish that. It's still confirmed though. And it is also the drinks break. What a lovely chance. In fact, Dimple Bhagat came in with the assist, and the header came in from Arun Nagyal. A glancing look at the goal and a picture perfect finish. Yes, and that's the confirmation. Arun Nagyal finishing it off for Jammu and Kashmir from a gilt-edged assist that was laid into the stride, or rather into the head of Arun. And that was by none other than Dimple Bhagat. He was creating all the troubles from the left. And then once he switched to the right, and you can see the man who has been a central force in Indian football, Shabbir Ali, sitting out there. I think nobody knows Indian football better than this man. He has been one of the most eminent coaches as well. And there you go, Shabbir Ali, with very keen eyes on the game. Knows how important these fixtures are, and knows how the tactics in India are also pretty much evolving. And now with the second goal, Telangana might have just run into a mountain of difficulties, into a mountain of overwhelming difficulties, and they'll have to find a way around it. If they want to draw this, if they want to come around this fixture in the remaining 15 minutes, they'll have to come up with something extraordinary, something exquisite, something out of the box. Possession stays with Telangana, trying to use that left wing, but Jammu and Kashmir right now, they are brimming with confidence, they are brimming with pomp and panache, and I don't think they are gonna give away an inch to the men in orange and white. They'll have to fight for it. Krish Bhujel now in a much more central role, trying to cut in, trying to create space. Jammu and Kashmir in no hurry, just taking the possession for themselves and clearing out their lines. It's a long chase. Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed will let it slide. Back with Telangana once again. Slowly and steadily stepping forward, hoping to find a goal, hoping to find at least a consolation hit for now, trying to reduce the deficit. That is very, very important, because if they're unable to find that first goal quick enough, well, a long ranger. But take a look at how keen Majid Ahmed was there. Positioned himself, kept his eyes on the ball till the last moment. A decent enterprise, to be honest, coming in from Kamchinkup, Hangzhou. But I think you got to be better. And if you're trying to take a hit from range, you need to have a bit more power on the ball than that last occasion. all the way back to the goalkeeper of Telangana, Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed. Telangana, they've done everything at their behest to try and come forth, but when it comes to scoring, Jammu and Kashmir, they have been absolutely sensational. Switches it to the right, and it's their skipper again, Akib. Akib, can he create another lovely ball? Goes for that lovely stepping, and this time hammers it onto the goalkeeper. Danger's not over, but finally, Telangana does well to control the ball. What a chance, to be honest. Could very well have been the third goal. Take a look at Akib Javed. Every single time he runs from the wings, it was the man who came on as a substitute, Aditya Mahajan. And the way he tried to control the ball, even despite losing his balance, I think that was brilliant. And good goalkeeping as well. Another long ball at the far end. And this time, Telangana was the team hoping to find that all-important first goal of theirs, hoping to blow life into this fixture. I mean, what a turnaround is it going to be if Telangana can find the back of the net out here. We are going to have an absolute thriller, a cinema of a football match whose script will be written by the footballing gods themselves. Once again, a bit of medical problem, and the player has gone down. Will need a bit of attention. Take a look at this last chance. A lovely ball in the box out there. And once again, Syed Abid Hussain Razvi didn't really have a great decence coming on, and I think one of the key things that will be bothering him is that he blocked one of the goal-bound shots. Everyone was beaten. A phenomenal hit did come in place. And a quick look at the two goals that were scored by Jammu and Kashmir. A phenomenal assist from the left, Akib Javed. And then a lovely ball from Dimple Bhagat. Picture perfect, and no mistake made by Arun Nagyal, who leaped to perfection and headed the ball into the back of the net, propelling Jammu and Kashmir to a 2-0 cushion in this all-important fixture. And as time has passed by, we have seen more fans coming onto the stadium as well, enjoying the Saturday morning fixture of the 78th Santosh Trophy, of the 78th Senior Men's National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy. And you're watching this game live on the SSEN app. So keep an eye out for more of these enthralling fixtures of the tournament. Keep an eye out on the SSEN app as they continue to stream the I-League as well. And at the same time, the Women's National Football Championship for Rajmata Jijabai Trophy is also ongoing. So yes, that's another long ball carving through the defenders altogether and eventually not finding any of its intended players out here. This has been another perennial problem, another consistent problem for Telangana. Somehow or the other, every single time they have tried to create those chances from the left, right and center, they have missed out on players who can eventually reach out for the ball. And here is Telangana once again. I mean, when it comes to possession, Telangana has made no problems whatsoever. They have definitely been the team predominantly calling the shots in terms and context of possession. But when it comes to scoring goals, when it comes to being precise in the final third, I think Telangana somehow has missed out on that penetrative force of theirs. Telangana now from the right does well, keeps the ball under control. Twist and turns. Fine ball again to the left. There's a chance, slowly and steadily knocking around. That's another lovely delivery into the box. Sadly enough, that won't have enough sting. And decent goalkeeping once again from Majid Ahmed. I mean, the way he's time and time again come out of his line. Take a look at this. This could have been a phenomenal chance. Once again, storming out of his citadel and palming the ball away to safety. That has been the role for Majid Ahmed, and he's done that with clinical precision. Another lovely long ranger floats in from Syed Abid Hussain Razvi. But again, a sensational save out there from Majid Ahmed, timing his leap to perfection. One small whiff at goal and Majid Ahmed was slightly off his position. That's exactly what Abid Hussain Razvi wanted to take the advantage of. But Majid Ahmed says, just hold on. I've got a lot more in my arsenal than you can imagine or than you can conceive. Corner comes floating in, headed away to safety. Danger's not completely over. And this time, Jammu and Kashmir might be on their way forward. They have acres of space ahead of them. Aditya Mahajan storming in from the right, hoping to create another assist. Gently chips it at the far end. The ball stays with Jammu and Kashmir. Does well. Plays it to that central channel. Another long ranger sniping for goal. But this time, off target. It misses the mark by Whiskers. What a display this has been, and this time Dimple Bhagat going for goal all by himself. Now playing in a central role instead of those wings that he was usually deployed in, and the problems keep on rising for Telangana. Looks like they aren't even to find out that what should be the right course of attack against what has been a resurgent display, what has been a display of belief and conviction, what has been a display of optimism from Jammu and Kashmir. Telangana now switches it to the far right. Again, a bit of an overpowered touch. Comfortable collection out there. Straight into the hands of Majid Ahmed. And Majid Ahmed, he stood like a wall. He stood like an impregnable wall. If you hurl meteors at him today, he will possibly try and grab them. And he will stall them as well. I think everything that has come his way, his timing, his outings, that has been absolutely brilliant. Telangana now just knocking the ball around just outside the Jammu and Kashmir box. Can they find out that opening here? Going for those long ranges haven't really helped their cause. Plays it to the far left again. Here's another lovely ball, and this time a bit of confusion out there. It was coming straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. But Jammu and Kashmir, their defenders, I think it was Arun Nagyal, the goal scorer, who had or who didn't want to take a chance, came in the way of the ball and just complicated things which was not needed. 6 minutes of regulation time to go. Looks like a twin substitution being loaded up. You can see that Adnan Ayub and Talib Nazir will be taken off. And it's going to be Mumin Bhatt, another seasoned campaigner in Indian football. He's going to make his way in. And adding another striker to their echelons, Sahil Rashid Dar is being introduced. Now that's surprising out here. Ideally, you would hope for defenders to be blended into the mix, particularly when you're 2-0 up. And I think it goes without saying, Jammu and Kashmir wants to put this game beyond the grasp of Telangana. Arnold Singh, that is an overstung hit there from the right. However, it falls at the feet of one of the Telangana players. Cleared away to safety. Finally done. And now Jammu and Kashmir, they might be on their way forward. Aqib Javed hoping to create a bit of confusion out there with that delicate ball forward again. I think there has been a lack of communication between the defenders of Telangana and Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed, because, you know, this last chance itself, they were not really clear about what was supposed to happen. Both of them came knocking on the doors. Eventually, it was the defender who got the lines cleared. Falls back to Aqib again. Aqib Javed, he's really looked in great touch. Dimple Bhagat comes in with a tantalizing cross, but Telangana does well to clear their lines. Telangana still trying to control possession, but that is never going to be the case. Slowly and steadily now, Jammu and Kashmir comes backtracking the ball, hoping to create that defensive blockade against the resurgent forces of Telangana. Can Telangana reduce the deficit? Here's an opportunity though. But danger still not over here. Arnold Singh keeps the ball lingering around. This might be a chance, but again, decent defending there. Quickly closing down the space ahead of the Telangana Marauders. Jammu and Kashmir, they can be happy people out there. Take a look at this. That was well done. That was, truth be told, it was a phenomenal ball altogether into the stride of Vikas Singh from Arnold Singh. But at the end of the day, it was the Jammu and Kashmir defenders who had the last laugh. And now Jammu and Kashmir almost hoping to wriggle free from the clutches, from the manacles of Telangana defense. They have done it time and time again, and here comes the captain again, Akif. Akif cutting in towards that central channel, does well, might be another goal scoring chance. It is goal number 3. What a brilliant finish, and the captain finally reaps the rewards of his relentless brilliance throughout the game. And now it's safe to say Telangana might have been written off completely. They have been obliterated. What a stunning finish from Akif Javed, the skipper of Jammu and Kashmir, firing home the third and possibly the final strike of the game. And I think this will send the Jammu and Kashmir dugout into an absolute frenzy of raptures. What a lovely run, going past one, going past two, and finally sliding one at the far post with the goalkeeper of Telangana, Mohammad Faizuddin Ahmed, merely being a spectator as the ball rolled past him and imbricated itself into the back of the net. What a scintillating display of brilliance has this been from Jammu and Kashmir. They have called the shots, they have completely taken over the reins of the game with sizzling and crackling control. That is how you display your brilliance in the game. That is how you display your nerves and your composure. That is how you show that you are meant for the bigger stages. And as we said this before, the points table might not have gone in favor of Jammu and Kashmir until now. But truth be told, the kind of display that they have knitted together, they'll take a lot of heart from this fixture. They will take a lot of confidence and aplomb. And more importantly, they'll take a lot of lessons going forth. This time Telangana, can they get a consolation hit right now? Hangzo on the ball. Hangzo looking for help. Help doesn't really arrive. Vikas Yadav still in that central channel. Will he get the ball out here? Falls in for Vikas Yadav. Decent defending for Jammu and Kashmir. And I think those final touches, they have been such a letdown for Telangana. They have tried to do their very best coming forward. But time and time again, if there's one particular challenge that they have faced, that is failing the intensity to control. 6 minutes have been added on. So 360 seconds for Jammu and Kashmir to add more sheen to what has been an incredible outing for them, and 360 seconds of Telangana trying to find a hit at least, if not a couple of them. However, Jammu and Kashmir have found the ball on the right. Aditya Mahajan on the ball. Aditya taking his time. Dimple Bhagat storms in. Aditya keeps on eluding his markers, but eventually deposits the ball at the feet of his opposition. The ball stays in the stride altogether of Telangana. Goes for a long ranger, and a stunning save once again, throwing his body on the carpet. Majid Ahmed says that today is not the day where you will beat me from range. He was a fine hit coming in, but then Majid Ahmed, he has been extremely vigilant. He has been aware of everything that has been hurled at him. There were a couple of Telangana players hoping to figure out an opening from the rebound ricochet. Unfortunately, that was never going to be the case, particularly with Majid Ahmed standing under the sticks. And now once again going down, getting a bit of medical attention, is Farhan Ganai. He's come on in the second half as a defender, and he's done a decent job. The stretcher's out. The question is, will Farhan Ganai be stretchered off, or will he walk out of the ground? A few crucial seconds right now being stolen away by Jammu and Kashmir. And I don't think it really makes too much of a difference, because when you have a 3-goal cushion, this game has been done and dusted. And the Deccan Arena, I think it has stayed a witness to some incredible footballing display. The kind of firepower from one end to the other. The game has swung. I mean, yes, the scoreline definitely kind of reasserts the authority that has been knitted together by Jammu and Kashmir. But truth be told, I think this has been a pretty feisty battle of two teams. Still 3.5 minutes of this game remaining. It's going to be a throw-in for Jammu and Kashmir. I think they are exhausted. And this man as well, I mean, what a player he has been, Dimple Bhagat. Not only has he defended in tandem and harmony with his defenders, but the kind of confidence that he's come forth with, that is so good to watch. Once again, switches it to the left. Can Jammu and Kashmir find another? They will be hungry, they will be famished. And now they're scoring more for sport and fun. Another fine release altogether. But Krish Bhujel won't be making his way all the way to the ball. It goes out of the bounds. And it's going to be a goal kick in favor of Jammu and Kashmir. And they'll take all the time in the world. Takes it along the carpet. Arun Nagyal. Arun drives it downtown. And Raja Debnath controls that. All the way into that central channel now. Back with Akif again. Akif doing good. Arun. Arun plays it further forward to Ishfaq Ahmedwani. Ishfaq loses out on possession. Sai Karthik. Sai Karthik of Telangana looking for more numbers. Sends it to Vikas Yadav on the right. Vikas Yadav does well to control the ball. Vikas knocks it forward. This can be trouble. But then decent clearance out there. No troubles whatsoever. 2 minutes to go. And 2 minutes is what both the teams have to possibly find a late goal. Jammu and Kashmir, they won't have much challenges. And take a look at their confidence. I mean, they are leading in this game by 3-0. They don't want to clear the balls. They want to play along the carpet, particularly with Aqib Javed showing the brilliance that you would expect from your captain. The workload that he's taken, he's been all over the place. And more importantly, as a reward for that extreme diligence of his, I think he has found that all-important goal in the dying embers of the game. Another lovely release on to the right. Jammu and Kashmir bombing forth with numbers swarming in the opposition box. But then that was a bit of an overpowered hit that goes out of play. And I think right now Telangana, they'll really have to go back to the drawing board. They'll have to think about where did they go wrong. They'll have to think about how to find that harmony, how to find that problem in unison. This might be the chance that they are looking to find the back of the net. But once again, a miscued side volley on that occasion. And that has missed its mark completely. Saif Hussain Ansari hammers that out of the ground as if shooting for another planet altogether. 30 more seconds, 30-odd seconds to go. Can Telangana find a consolation strike? Goes for another long ranger. This time it was Sai Karthik who's really had enough. He's knitted forward those through balls, but somehow or the other it has not really found their intended players. And the ball keeps on rolling and rumbling as Jammu and Kashmir counts the seconds before they can start celebrating, before they can start feeling good about what has been a brilliant display of dominion from them. And with this, Joy Singh Monshang Tumli says, we are done with what has been a phenomenal display. Jammu and Kashmir emerging victorious, walking away with the bragging rights, pumping pumping 3 goals past what has been a lackluster Telangana defense. And it is the captain of Jammu and Kashmir. We'll get back to that. Before that, we'll take a quick look, sneak a peek at the highlights of this brilliant fixture of football. It started off with a sensational finish out there, and it was the one and only Aqib Javed laying it into the stride of Hayat Bashir, who made no mistake from the point-blank range in flipping that ball into the back of the net. A few decent clearances being shown, and then Hayat Bashir as well, trying his luck from range. This time lost his shape, hence lost the sting as well. That was another lovely ball, misread by everything. And Anil Singh should have restored parity from that one. The entire goal was keeping, but sadly enough couldn't find the back of the net. And then a glancing header from Aqib Javed, the skipper of Jammu and Kashmir, the man who had been pulling all the strings of destruction, who had been blowing at the symphony of doom for Telangana. And then this was another lovely chance created. It was a surprise move, to be honest. And that's a yellow card. That's how the second half started. And it was an early movement there from Telangana. It was another fine run altogether, and then Telangana almost came in close, and then Dimple Bhagat carved in a lovely assist and a brilliant finish, hammered into the back of the net. A brilliant, brilliant finish, and then once again finding another lovely assist. Could have been a screaming finish by Aditya Mahal.